Hi folks, it's Mike Murphy, and in this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to redirect www to your root domain on CloudFlare. Here is the problem that today's tutorial is going to solve. So I am building a brand new website. The domain is mikemurphy.ai. So that is the root domain, also known as the naked or the apex domain. I want to make sure that when somebody opens up a web browser to visit my website, it does not matter if they type in www.mikemurphy.ai or they just enter the root, even though the www and the root or the naked URL take people to the exact same website and page. Unless you set up a redirect, Google is going to treat them as two separate websites. Backlinks and SEO authority end up getting split across the www and the root domain addresses. And Google does not like this and can actually flag your website for serving duplicate content. The fix: so Google stops penalizing you for having two websites when you really only have one and you had no idea you even had a problem in the first place, is that you must pick one main URL for your website. This is known as the canonical URL. It doesn't matter if you pick the www or the root or the naked domain version, but you must pick one and then redirect the other. For my new website, I am choosing the root domain, which is also called the naked or the apex domain. And for me, the root domain is mikemurphy.ai. So I am telling Google that mikemurphy.ai is the main URL or the canonical URL for this website. There is no rule or there is no right or wrong. You just need to pick one canonical URL for your website. I could have picked the subdomain www.mikemurphy.ai as a canonical URL and then just redirected the root domain. But I personally think the root domain, mikemurphy.ai, is just cleaner, it's easier to say and to type out, and most modern websites don't really use a www anymore, so I am choosing the root or the naked or apex domain as my canonical URL. Everything that I'm doing in this tutorial is on CloudFlare, but the concept is going to be the same even if your domain is on another registrar like GoDaddy. To create the redirect, so if somebody were to type in the subdomain www.mikemurphy.ai in a web browser, as soon as they tap return, it instantly redirects to the canonical URL of mikemurphy.ai. But the website's going to load, so the user has no idea that this redirect even happens. They think www.mikemurphy.ai worked just fine. But Google knows he has one canonical URL that I know is the authority for this website. I've signed into my CloudFlare account. I'm on Domains Overview. I searched for mikemurphy.ai. There's the domain that I want to set the redirect on. Now I can open up the domain by clicking on it, then go to the left sidebar, click on Rules, then choose Overview, or when you have your domain selected, you can just come over here and click on the three dots, and then choose Configure Rules. That's going to take you to the same place. These are templates created by CloudFlare. You could think of these like rule presets to make it easier for you to create things like redirects. If you only want to see your redirect options, you can click the drop down and choose redirect or route requests. Now we are going to select this one because I want to redirect the www to my root domain. As you can see here, the root domain is also known as the apex or the naked domain. So I'm going to click Create from Template. The first note that you will see at the top says that this template works without changes, but feel free to modify. This is a done-for-you template. It's basically a recipe already prepared for you. So it's going to redirect traffic from www to the non-www version of your URL. So first thing you need to do is give your rule a name. Now it's already filled out for you, but you can give it any name you want. I'm just going to say redirect www to root. This is just a label for your internal use only. Moving down the template, I'm going to keep wildcard pattern checked. and then request URL. I'm going to keep this exactly as is, but I'll explain what this means. The request URL. This is the incoming URL, or what somebody first types in the web browser. The asterisk indicates a wildcard. Now, the https://. People don't have to type that into the web browser. That's just going to be automatically part of the URL once the website loads. So we are just focusing on the www. Asterisk, and the asterisk is the wildcard. The wildcard is going to capture everything after the www. Remember, the goal of the redirect is to forward or to redirect people from the www address to the root or the canonical URL. So we basically just want to remove the www. But keep everything after it. Well, if somebody wants to visit my main website and they type out www.mikemurphy.ai into a web browser, well, remember, the wildcard is going to capture everything after the www. So in that case, it's going to capture the mikemurphy.ai. So when somebody taps return, it is going to redirect them to https://mikemurphy.ai. Once the wildcard captures everything after the www. It is then going to redirect the user to the target URL or to the canonical URL. Just like with the request URL snippet, I am not going to make any changes to the target URL snippet that was included in this template. So the https://, that's going to be on all URLs. Notice there is no www. So we stripped or removed it from the request URL. In this $symbol followed by the 1 inside of the curly brackets. That is just saying whatever the wildcard captured, drop it right here. Now the template should have already selected it for you, but just confirm that the status code is set to 301 permanent redirect. Now, other than modifying the rule name, the only change that you really need to make to this template is just tick the box Preserve Query String. By ticking the box Preserve Query Strings, that just makes sure that if you have any tracking parameters at the end of a URL, they are going to cleanly redirect. Otherwise, if you didn't tick the box, when you redirect the URL, it is going to drop those tracking parameters. If you're not quite ready to enable the 301 redirect, well, you can just click on Save as Draft and come back to it later. Otherwise, if you're all set, which I am, all you have to do is click on the button Deploy. Now I'm getting this message, this rule may not apply to your traffic. My www is proxying traffic, so I'm going to ignore the rule and deploy it anyways. So I'm just going to keep this first one ticked and click Deploy Rule. So my redirect www to root is active. And I'm going to test and confirm that the 301 redirect is working by entering in a www.mikemurphy.ai URL, and that should redirect me to the canonical URL, which does not use the www. So here we go. I'll just type in www.mikemurphy.ai, tap return. That opens up my website, but if we look up in the address bar, notice it stripped the www. It still has the HTTPS as expected, but the www is no longer in the URL. That's the same if I type in, let's go to a page like the resources page. So I'll type in www.mikemurphy.ai/resources. So remember, the wildcard is capturing everything after the www. So it's going to capture this part. It's going to remove the www. And just put this last part here. So I'll tap return. Sure enough, it did exactly that. Here's a browser tip guaranteed to impress your friends. If you want to check and confirm that the redirect is using a 301 permanent redirect, in Google Chrome, I'm just going to right-click anywhere in an empty space and choose Inspect. That's going to open up the Chrome Developer Tools. I'm going to click on Network. In the browser, I'm going to type in a www URL, so it's going to force the browser to redirect. I'll type in www.mikemurphy.ai/resources. When I tap return, it's going to redirect to the root or the naked domain. I'll tap return. Sure enough, that's working. And if we look over here in the developer tools under network, you can see resources. The status is 301. So the permanent redirect is working properly. Nice. I just did a very important step for my new website. I just told Google and all the other search engines that I have one canonical URL. That is mikemurphy.ai. Now, people can still use www, but it is always going to redirect them to my canonical URL. So Google's not going to flag me for serving duplicate content. The 301 redirects are going to protect my SEO authority and is going to take people to the correct or the canonical URL that I chose. And that is how to set up redirect rules on Cloudflare. My name is Mike Murphy, your AI handyman. Cheers.